Hey guys, thank you for watching like this new episode, but we're gonna have like a quick trigger warning real quick. For this episode, we talk a lot about our time on virtual worlds online, and we just want to kind of say trigger warnings for like grooming as well as suicidal ideation and frick, what else?
Some mental abuse, I guess, as well. Just a lot of bad things and some
Yeah.
topics that people might find disturbing.
Yeah. So I would say be careful listening to this one, stay safe. And if you want to skip this episode, you totally can. But we also kind of do talk about a lot of good things with playing these games, but we will touch on the bad. So just a quick warning. All right, back to the the actual episode. Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 9 of Gamers That Yap. Let's go!
Episode 9,
Yeah.
9/11.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, dang. Never forget,
Never forget.
Well guys, we're making it to this is actually a very special episode for us. Um
Very special indeed.
Yes, because this episode, as you can see from the title, or maybe I did put something really stupid as the title, but it alludes to this. We're going to be talking about virtual worlds that we played as children and also our very traumatic stories.
This trigger warning grooming, trigger warning abuse, trigger warning
Oh, whoa.
um everything.
Whoa.
Because some of these people on the internet, 90% of the people on the internet actually are crazy,
Mm.
guys.
And also, I just want to preface this that like sometimes we can have had very terrible experiences online as well. And for us, it's sort of like we're just saying these things, and some of these can be like really bad, but it, I guess we're just I don't know, but
We became the people we are today because of how crazy some of these people are. I feel like I can talk to anyone now because
yeah,
of some of the messed up people I've talked. Um, but also, hey, we've had really good experiences on the internet too, including
yeah.
the fact that we met on the internet.
That's very true. We were both two little kids on the internet that found our way to each other.
So, first let's just talk about our origin story. So Brittany and I met on a special little website called moviestarplanet.com.
Like, how many of y'all played that?
Yeah, y'all remember there was commercials back in the day for it. Like
I
there were a lot of virtual worlds. There was like actual commercials for it. There was like,
oh
come play
yeah.
now.
Oh yeah, very very early on like these games were like all over the place. They really wanted kids to like hop on these games.
But yeah, it was on moviestarplanet.com. I'm pretty sure I got into it because of the commercials and stuff like that. And I was playing like other virtual worlds too, which I'll talk about a little bit later, but like, standard like Club Penguin and like other stuff. So I was like, why not? And so I made an account, and I had been on there for a while before I met Brittany. Like I had
Yeah.
like two I remember I had like two really, really good friends on there. I wonder what they're doing nowadays. Shout out to y'all.
Mhm.
But yeah, the Movie Star Planet had this thing called like forums, where people would just like it was a forum. People would just like post a bunch of stuff. But one of the things that they would post on there were like some people treated it kind of like a chat room.
For
And
sure.
so yeah, they would make. I remember we specifically met each other. I think it was a Pokemon RP forum.
Was it? I think it was actually. That's
It
how
was definitely an RP forum. I want to say it was Pokemon. It might have been something else. I don't know.
I think it was Pokemon because I feel like that was the only thing that no, only type of interest that we had in common before you got into other animes because of me is what I should say.
Yeah, I think so. So that makes sense. But yeah, so we were on there, and I actually don't remember really role playing with you that much. All I remember is people adding me from it, and you were one of them, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, it was the same thing. For me, I added you because I saw that like you had the membership on there and little kid brain me was like, "Whoa, a membership?" And I wanted to add people who had memberships because I thought they were really cool and I thought that would like somehow make me cool. So I was like, "Whoa, let me do that." Because I never paid for any game that I was playing, like Virtual World. I always had like the free to play whatever, and I never bothered to ask my mom or something like that. So
Yeah. I like there was only like two game or virtual world games that I spent money on, or I asked my parents to spend money on, and it was Movie Star Planet and Vantage.
really, you got like a membership on Vantage? Wow,
It wasn't a membership. I got e-coins because if you bought
wow,
stuff with e-coins, they would last. Where because with Vantage, if you got stuff with e-coins, they would permanently exist in your inventory. But if you got the membership and you bought stuff, they would disappear when your membership expired. The reason why, yeah, and I hated stuff like that. The reason why I got the membership on Movie Star Planet was because even after your membership expired, you could still keep all your stuff.
wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's why for me, like I was like, it has to be worth it before I begged my dad to like buy it for me. And he didn't buy like it wasn't a constant thing. I got like for like a birthday or something, like he spent like, I don't know, like $8 to get me the membership on there. And yeah, anyways, so yeah, we became friends through that, and then we started talking a lot more from there, and yeah, we kind of just became really good friends after that.
Yeah, like it for me though, I feel like before I got onto a movie star planet, I was hopping on like tons of other games, of course. Like I was in like the same circles as you, like Vantage and all that, but I was on stuff like Our World, Pixie Hollow, and this one that probably
Oh, I
does.
forgot about Pixie Hollow. I liked Pixie Hollow.
Yeah, and then what was there was like this one game that I played. I know that no probably no one. It was like all girls arcade. Everyone was a girl on there. You just go around doing stuff, getting your nails done, shopping, having a house, stuff like that.
That
Um,
just reminded me of BarbieGirls.com, and I miss that site so much because the avatars were so cool looking. Like they just like they were fire. And also the mini games on BarbieGirls.com were so good. Like I miss Fashion Frenzy every day.
those games were so fun. There was like one where you had to like babysit some random kid, and you would do stuff like go to the store, and then get like random food and all that. Did you ever play that
Yeah,
one?
you would like feed them and stuff.
Yeah, I love that one. Like.
There was one where you were a fashion designer, and it was like kind of it was like tycoonish, and it was like so you would pick like, okay, I'm gonna design this jacket, or I'm gonna design like this skirt or something, and you would like fill in the colors and patterns and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I remember
And then yeah,
that.
you would put it in the shop, and then you would see if you made a profit on it, and then like the more money you made, you would unlock more stuff. I really really like that game, and I really miss that game.
You could probably play it on like some kind of like Flash archive, but it'll probably be like super glitchy, not gonna lie. But
Yeah, I would have
yeah,
to find it because I remember I tried to find it before, and then I like really couldn't. I found Fashion Frenzy though. I love Fashion Frenzy.
but dang, how do you want to do this? Should we just go down the list of stories from each game?
I think that's best. Because I mean, like, we're as always, we're probably gonna end up going off on tangents anyways. But to make it make a little bit more sense, maybe we should go from each game.
Yeah.
'Cause I have a lot of stories from each game.
Yeah,
Uh,
so basically, guys, it's gonna be a little different today because these games they have like pretty normal gameplay loops, and it was more so of the social aspect. We're just gonna tell you stupid stuff that happened with some of these games.
yeah, this is just like story time with some gamers. Maybe occasionally we'll talk about some of the mini games in there because I did a lot of these. You played for the mini games. Like some of the mini games were like really fun in these games, to be honest.
For sure.
But it was a lot of the virtual aspect and like the whole point of it was that you were just like talking to random people,
Mhm.
um, hopefully other kids, but that's not always the case.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, like let's just start off with Movie Star Planet since we already kind of talked about it. Um, so Movie Star Planet, it was very interesting because it had a lot of the whole thing was like, oh, like be famous, like give art autographs and do like photo shoots and all that type of stuff. But also you could like direct movies, quote unquote. So like you could buy like stuff to make your movies better. Like you could buy a background for a movie, or like for your avatar, you could buy different poses, and which was like kind of like little animations for your avatars that you could do during the movie. And they had a whole system where you can create one, and I kind of liked it a little bit because I mean, as a kid, I mean, it's even now, like I would say I'm pretty creative, and so I would write stuff, and I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna be famous off these movies, man. I'm gonna start writing, and as a 10-year-old child, one of the movies that actually it wasn't like super popular, like a million people watched it or something, but like a good amount of people watched my Teen Mom series
Still am
movie stars.
crying. Because the thing is, I kind of remember your Teen Mom series that you were writing on there. And I think it's crazy because, like, a whole bunch of 10-year-olds writing about Teen Moms is crazy.
Yeah.
But
And honestly, it was a popular plot, like, because you could also like search for stuff you wanted to watch. And so, there was a lot of like Teen Mom series out there. And honestly, I watched a bunch. I'm not gonna lie, I might have plagiarized a little bit when I was writing mine.
oh, yeah,
But like
definitely.
mine was just so dramatic. Like I barely remember exactly what I did, but like, I had people getting hit by cars and all that type of stuff. Like it like it was dramatic.
Just given Nollywood. Like, um, for me, when I think about the movies that I was doing, I barely made movies on Movie Star Planet, which is so funny because that's literally the point of the game. But it was mainly because I felt like I needed better stuff and I was mainly free to play. So I felt like, dang, I barely got anything. I'm just gonna have people running in the background. So that so then I would just like kind of like just show up in places and just talk to people, and I would ask them to put me in their movies instead. Child, I was the actor,
Ain't nobody want to put you in the movie, bro. Like they didn't
bro.
have enough animations.
Yeah, I was just there to be there. I didn't have any animations. I remember I was always struggling to get them coins for free. I was like, "Oh my God, like this is so hard." Like I
You had
remember
to watch the short movies.
yeah, I was doing that. I was trying so hard. I was struggling. I barely had outfits. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you look kind of homeless when I added you.
Whoa. I'm I think the same thing too. It also like I don't know why my character was like what, like a brunette white
You were
girl.
like a dirty blonde.
Whoa. Like
I kind of remember your avatar a little bit. I mean, I
yeah,
was white too. That's the whole
yeah,
thing too. Growing up black. So why were all of our avatars whites, guys? What do you?
yeah. Like why I feel like almost every like kid who's like a person of color starts off like in games. They just have like this thing where they make all their characters white until one day they're just like, wait.
They realize that they're like, wait, maybe it's less common nowadays because they actually put effort into like, or some type of effort. They at least give like one black hairstyle or something.
Yeah, I kind of noticed like kids do it less. My nephew, he still makes his characters white. I'm not sure why yet. Um, oh,
Yeah, I mean, part of it is because it's the default, I guess, and so people are just like, yeah, this seems right.
yeah,
But I remember, like, later, like, I would make a lot of my characters white in most of these games, and then later, if I ever went back to play on it, I would go back and just change the skin tone and then log off forever.
yeah, that's what I did too. I think that's what I did the last time when I movie Star Planet. I just made myself black and I never came back. I find that funny. And also, I remember in Movie Star Planet, I would try to like make lots of friends. I had this one friend on there where I thought she was like the coolest person on the planet who wasn't you, which was like this is like another side, another
Whoa.
story. Yeah. And basically, um, she was like, "Dang, we're BFFs. This is so great." We used to RP on the little forums all the time. But then there was the great thing where Movie Star Planet decided that they were going to update their forums, and it wasn't going to be like this very uh regular forum format, right? They almost made it look like a chat room or something like that. You remember that?
Oh, I don't think I.
You were there because when we met, Movie Star Planet's forums, I think, were still like that black and gray-ish type of like UI, and they switched that almost chat room looking forum.
Well, I don't know if I really messed with the forums after that then because I don't really
Mm.
remember.
I stayed on it. And I remember on Movie Star Planet, all the players were in an uproar. They're like, keep the forms the same. And also, it was like, it had like heavy censorship. So then there was this thing where a whole bunch of people on the forums were like, that's it. I'm going to make my own Movie Star Planet forums. And whoever wants to leave with me,
But
let's go. So someone made a website on outside of Movie Star Planet where it was for people who were on the Movie Star Planet forum so they could continue doing stuff. So I went ahead and made an account on this separate website. And I was like one of the founding members.
that's
Like,
crazy.
so it was just a whole bunch of people that I saw on the Movie Star Planet forums on this separate website where they could just do whatever. They're like, this is where we could go without being censored and we can do whatever we want. And you could tell it's like a whole bunch
What
of
kind
kids.
of revolution is this? I never even knew about this.
so, so that it was just a whole bunch of random kids on this separate website. We're just doing things that we would have done in Movie Star But like now you can like post like pictures of stuff and then you can have like your own little page or something. It's kind of like bootleg MySpace high key. Like
That's so funny. You guys just invented a chat room. That's all you guys did. Like,
remember I was just on there. I put like random like Kingdom Hearts stuff on there and I was like, "Yep, that's me." And then I was like, "Wow, this is so great." But it fell off like after like a week or two. So no, it was about a month. I think it lasted about a month, and it kind of fell off. So everyone was like, "Whatever," and they went back to.
I don't. Yeah, I must have not just been in the forum space after they made the update or something. To be fair, I had there was after a while, like there was these two people who were like my best friends on Movie Star Planet. Um and actually one of them was Trinidadian too. So I was just like, "Hey, like I kind of want to like her name like her username was literally like Trini Girl."
Gosh,
And
okay.
yeah, and so that's why I was like, "Oh my gosh, like wait, like I'm Trinidadian, twins."
Whoa! Oh my
Um
gosh!
and there was this other one. I think her name was like Rar or something like that.
I
And
think I met her.
yeah, probably because they were like, you know how like you can have like the best friends on there on your
Yeah.
profile. They
Mhm.
both of them were my best friend,
Mhm.
and at some point like we would just log on to like chat with each other. We had like a little group chat on there. We would
Yeah.
just hang out at each other's houses all the time.
Aw.
um yeah, one of them had, I think it was Trini Girl. She had a boyfriend, and there was some drama with that. Oh my god, I remember this because this was so messy a little bit.
So
But
wait. You know, it was actually so problematic for Movie Star Planet to allow you to have like a boyfriend or girlfriend slot on there because why we're
oh
all
my gosh,
that was actually so
yeah.
problematic because why did
Actually,
they
they
let
were
us
woke because you could have same gender relationships. They were woke.
Yeah, they were woke, but at the same time, this is problematic because like we're 10 years old. But
Yeah, I remember I tried to get a boyfriend in there once, but then I got scared and I deleted. For some reason, I thought my mom would find out, even though she never looked at what I did on the computer, and so I just
wow.
deleted him and blocked him.
I had a different story. For me, I tried to get a boyfriend on there, and it was like this guy. He was like, "Yeah, I'll be your boyfriend." I was like, "Yippee!" So then I just kept sending him like random like nerd stuff, and he's like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And then I'm like, yeah, but then I got bored after like an hour, and I was like, anyways, like I was just like, this mess kind of
Uh,
sucks, because I was just like, I don't really. So after that, I just never tried again. I was like, this mess kind of sucks. Like, why are y'all always hyping this up?
well, one of my friends on there, she had a boyfriend, and I don't think the other friend we had really liked him. I don't know why, but she just was not feeling him.
Dang.
Um, and she didn't care for him. And then it was like crazy because this is gonna be crazy, guys. Hashtag gay rights, but
Oh my god.
but there was a point in time where where Trinity Girl found out that he was bisexual because he said so. And she was like, what am I gonna do, guys? Like, that's against my religion. And we were all like, what?
Whoa.
And I think this is my first time. I think this was I was like 10 years old, guys. I think this was my first time even like hearing like finding out what bisexual means. And so
Uh,
when they told me what it meant, I was kind of just like, I don't really see anything wrong with this, but I'm not gonna say anything because like that's bestie. So
this,
I
th-
guess I guess I'll just like not say anything. But then I
th-
felt bad
oh,
because she had broken up with him because of it. For I'm pretty sure they got back together, or I could have been making that up. I don't really remember. All I remember though is it got messy because I felt bad, and so I decided to DM him, and I was like, "Hey, don't feel bad about it. I hope you're doing okay." And I was trying to be nice, and I was just like, because I was like, I didn't really understand why she would break up with him over that. And so he was just like, thank you, I feel really better. And you know how you can like change your status on Movie Star Planet?
yeah.
So he changed his status and he was like feeling a lot better thanks to, and it had my username in it. And then so they went back to me and they were like, hey, why does his status say that? And I was like, I was like, I have no idea.
No idea why he's saying that. Like,
I was like, I didn't even say anything, and I'm like sweating bullets.
I have no idea why he would say that. Like,
I don't even remember what happened after that. I'm pretty sure they got back together at some point because she was just like, I like him a lot.
it's so funny that you said that was like the first time that like you even heard the word bisexual, because that's the same thing that happened to me. So it's like I didn't no, actually it was slightly earlier than that for me. It was Our World, because I was on Our World before MSP. But I was around the time where I was still a little confused. So I was just like, what does that mean? What are you guys talking about? But that definitely started on Our World, because for me on Our World, I would like talk to people or something like that, and then people they would be like, "Yeah, this is my girlfriend, this is my boyfriend, or whatever." And they had this dude, he was talking to me, which by the way, I always had two accounts, and I would live like two lives on most games that I played.
Because you're
So,
crazy. You're weird.
where I would have my normal account where I would just play as a girl, and then I had my other account where I would play as a dude, and I'd make up an identity and be like, "Yeah, this is me." And
The thing is, right? Okay, so internet safety, guys. So back when I was on the internet, I didn't tell people my name. I didn't even tell people my age because I thought somehow they would dox me just from knowing my age. So I would tell everyone I was like 16 years old, and for and like that includes Britney. I told Britney I was like 16 when I met her, and I was
yeah,
like 10 years old.
yeah, I
And
was older than you, and
And so, like, at some point, like, down the road, I had to tell her, I was like, yo, by the way, I'm like 12 or something. Or I told you when I was like 14 or something. I don't remember.
yeah, like it's been a
And
few years.
yeah. And so she, at first, it was really funny. She didn't believe me. And I was just, because I would always mess with her. And I
Yeah,
was like, no, I'm serious.
like
And, so we had a joke that I was a catfish because of that, because I didn't say my right age when I first met most people,
yeah.
uh, until I got more comfortable. And here's Brittany catfishing everyone on every on
Wait,
every single one of
listen,
these.
it was no, because it was different. Like we were getting serious.
No, you
We
catfish people.
we were getting serious. No, because I guess I really was because I would like straight up make up a random name. Like I would sit there on my second account where I played as like a random dude. I'd be like, yeah, my name's Nathan. I live in New York City.
That's crazy.
I like music. I play the guitar. But back to what I was saying on Our World, they had this dude who was talking about Our World, and I think he was trying to get by the censors or something like that. No, like he just said, "Are you bi?" I didn't know what that meant, so he's like, "Are you bi two with the number two?" And I was like, "What does that mean?" Like, so I was like, "Is that like two times four? Like, what do we?"
2 times 4.
So then,
2 times 4.
I was like, "Bro, what does bi two mean? Is that two times?" So then I was like, let me do the math." So I was like, is he trying to say like doing math for like an age or something? Like what's like
Crazy.
so I didn't know what that meant. And I think he knew that I didn't know what he was talking about. So then he just kind of stopped asking, but I was like trying to keep it going. I was like, hey, like by six? By
By 6. Nah, I'm by 7. Like
and then this guy, like, I think he really knew that I didn't know what he was talking about. So he was like, whatever. So I was like, dang, I don't know what he's trying to tell me. And I didn't get it until like later, I guess. Had a similar
oh.
thing. Like this is actually hilarious because I even remember this actually kept happening to me when I started thinking about it. I really didn't know what it meant until movies started. Like, dang, even like on all girls arcade or whatever you called it, girl something. Why was I getting in drama all the time with people?
No, for real though. Um, I think I don't know what my first virtual world was, but I remember I feel like Build a Bearville was my earliest because me and my sister actually went on it together because we had gotten there was a collaboration with Build a Bear and Hannah Montana, and so they were selling like Hannah Montana themed bears, and me and my sister loved Hannah Montana growing up, and so my parents got both of us a bear, and when you used to get the little like certificate and stuff for your bear back in the day when the site was still up, it would have like the link to buildabearville.com. And so me and my sister decided to go play that. And so she had her own account and I had mine. But we kind of at some point we were like kind of sharing accounts because we just thought it would be easier to like rack up the money in one account and like get all the outfits and stuff like that.
So
And
real.
also, yeah, they had a trading system. So we would try to get people to like trade us like stuff that costed real life money. And so there was actually a scam that like we ran
Wow.
in the Britney core essence where she had this account that was for a guy. She had this like guy account and at some point she had convinced this one girl on there. She was like, "Yeah, this is my brother's account" or
What?
something like that. And they were dating through that account and then at some point my sister was the head of the scheme by the way, and
Okay.
so she was just like, yeah, like I don't know, like I think I want to break up, and then she was just like, what, no, and he was just like, well, I won't break up if you like give my sister some of your
Oh
some of your good items, and then she
my
was just
god.
yeah, and she was just like, "Oh, okay, I will." And so, yeah, we would rob her a little bit,
A little bit? That sounds like you
a
took
little bit.
everything she had.
No,
Like
we didn't. No, we didn't. We took a couple of things.
that's crazy. For me, I kind of feel like I was on Bolivarville in like the early days because I had a friend who had a bear. So his character actually had the whole backpack with his bear, but for me, I was too broke as a child, so I never actually got a bear like ever. I would just
They gave
play
you
it.
like the starter bear though, didn't
No,
they?
no, I was just walking around with no bear.
I felt like had a starter bear for people, like a little brown bear or
No,
something.
that brown bear is not for if you just never purchased anything. No, I had no
Oh, that's
bear.
crazy. Well, I had my little bear in my house,
W-
so
Yeah, I didn't even have a house because I didn't have a bear.
dang,
I,
I didn't know all that.
no, if you don't have a bear, you're homeless in Build-A-Bearville. You didn't know.
That's crazy.
So I would even say that I was homeless in the game. Like I would just like walk around and everyone else would have a backpack with their little bear sitting in it. I didn't have a backpack. It was just me. And
That's crazy. So when you played the mini games, like what did the bear look like?
it was well, I think they put like a little regular bear generic, but I just didn't have a bear. That's what I remember. I think it was a generic one.
Yeah, because when you played the mini game, I love the mini games in Build a Bearville. By the way, they were so good.
Mhm.
But your bear would play with you.
Cuz
Dang.
I didn't have a house. I didn't have anything. Everything I had to pull myself from my bootstraps to get my items. I was trading with people. I was going places I've never ventured before. Like
My house was bougie on Build a Bear because you could keep adding additions like once you got the money for it. And so I like yo, I had like 3 floors. I had a balcony, like there was a pool area. Yeah, I had a lot of stuff.
wish I could see it. Like I always wanted to go in the little neighborhoods. I remember I would try to walk there to see if the game would glitch and let me go. It never did, but I I liked going everywhere else, you know? Like I that was like my game for real. I didn't scam people on there. Actually, I feel like I was the most innocent on Build a Bearville cuz I was just enjoying my time playing the little mini games. I had little friendships and stuff and no scamming. I didn't even have two accounts on there. I only had one. Like
I I don't remember. I actually don't remember if I made like a lot of friends on there. I feel like I mostly logged on for like the money and like the mini games and type stuff on there. At some point, my sister got banned on her account. Or well, she didn't get banned, but like she could no longer chat freely. She had to use safe chat forever because she tried to cut someone out.
oh my
Um,
gosh.
yeah, and so we moved everything to my account that I barely used, but then I started using it again after that day. Um,
Whoa.
and we just shared that account.
That's crazy. Very long time. I was only using Safe Chat on there to be honest. I got out of Safe Chat closer to when I was like 12 or 13 because I started like using my email by myself instead of always asking my mom to check it for me when I played a new game. So,
Mm.
but
Well, my sister and I were calling people beaches on there.
well, Um, wow, that's crazy. I don't know. Also, did you guys hear there's gonna be a Build-A-Bearville revival? A whole bunch of people who used to play are trying to bring it back. Can't wait to play again.
I did not know that. Maybe I should scam people on there too.
Yeah, it's I mean it's not being made with the Build-A-Bear. It's like a revival, you know, similar to like the Toontown revival where like random people just rebuilding it.
Yeah, I could still try to scam people though.
Maybe you'll be more successful this time.
I was pretty successful. I had a lot of like real money items.
Dang.
There was actually this infamous person on there. I think their name was like Jackie or something. And I don't know, they must have spent like $1 million on the games because they had so much like good stuff. And people would ask to trade with them all the time.
I don't know. I was just running around doing whatever. I guess me being on the streets and then having like my little clothes that I could find and all that was just it. Because I was like such a long time player though, I had like kind of rare-ish items that people would really want to trade, but I was like, no, this is all I have. Get away from
It's all I have left.
like I'm like this is all I have. Like leave me alone. Haven't paid for anything on this.
Oh, it's like the Geo skirts in Movie Star Planet. Remember those? And then all of a sudden they like brought them back.
Oh yeah, I remember there was like that
People
thing
would
where
kill over those.
people were like fighting over those items like crazy. It's so weird how games that enable trading, there's always going to be some kind of coveted item that people could be even willing to pay real life money for. I think that's insane. Like,
Yeah, there was like a lot of like career items in Movie Star Planets, like stuff like they didn't make anymore that was pretty popular. Like the snake tattoo, I think, was one of those.
yeah, that was a
Um
popular item. I remember that.
and then there was like for the girl avatars, there was like a select few of like the guy clothes you could get, and so people would try to get those. I think I had a set.
You did. You did. I remember.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was
have
cute.
anything. I was just
I had
living.
a geo skirt before they brought them back, guys.
Dang. Didn't care about the geo skirts. I was like, dang, that's crazy. And then I would just do my thing.
I just wanted it because it was rare, to be honest. I didn't pay no real life money for it. I just finally got it in a trade.
Yeah, I feel like that's usually the case with like a lot of people too. And also like you remember the stuff going on in like Fantage?
What stuff?
No, Fantage was pretty tame. For a second I thought there was a trade system. I'm like, no, it was just regular.
Oh, remember? I forgot to mention that. Remember Pump, bro?
Oh, on Movie Star Planet, that one infamous
Yeah, who
player.
was that lady?
I wonder, did that person ever like reveal themselves? That'll be interesting. Cause like
There was
if
like
you
this random lady who had like she was like super popular, I guess, because she had like the most fame. And there was like a little group of them. Like one of her boyfriend was like named like Donnie or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so just in case for anyone who hasn't played Movie Star Planet, there was like this there was this player, I think their name was like Pump Chicken. What was it? Pump Chicken?
Something like that.
Something like that. And her movies were like the most popular on the website. They've had like the most like views. She had like a
Like she would make like looks and people would like buy them. I even bought a couple that I liked, to be
yeah.
honest.
And like she was the most popular player because she had the most fame points out of any player on that entire server because Movie Star Planet was like different for each country's server, I guess, whatever. And I don't know what was going on at the top, but like everyone was like friends with each other, and it was like trying to be it basically mirrored real life when you think about it, about how people were
Yeah,
gossiping about.
it was like weird.
Yeah, it was like everyone
Like
was
she was an
gossiping.
actual celebrity on the site about celebrities.
Yeah, like I'm like, dang, this could be like a social experiment when you think about it, because like everyone is spreading rumors and gossip about the top players and things like that and drama, and I'm like, dang, guys, what's
Yeah,
going?
there was people saying like she was 6 years old. There was people saying that she was like 50.
People were saying that like her dad owned the website.
Like the amount of rumors about this chick, and she's probably like some 12-year-old that was just playing just like everybody else.
Yeah, maybe she just spent a lot of money on it. Who knows? Like, who cares? But I thought that was hilarious. Like that could be a social experiment at this point. Like I wonder, did that player come forward one day and be like, "Hey, it's me." Like,
I don't know.
oh
I'm sure there's a lot of people who lied and was like, that was me. So
yeah.
at this point, who cares?
Yeah, I remember a few years ago out of curiosity. No, actually it was probably more than a few years ago. Out of curiosity, I logged in because I remembered my password and I wanted to see who was the top player. And of course she's not the top player anymore, but guess what? I saw familiar names still up there that
That's crazy.
yeah, I'm like, dang, y'all still logging on? Like what, like it's been like 40 years. What's going on? Like but mm-mm.
Yeah, they were like the Kardashians of Movie Star Planet, to be honest.
Yeah, I was like, that's crazy. I'll never make it. I was like, I'll never make it up there, but it was interesting. I gotta watch her movies.
I don't think I watched the movies either. I think I just looked at her the looks, the model stuff, because there were some outfits that were pretty cute that she put together.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't even think I watched her movies. I'm like, were they even good? For 12-year-old
I don't
standards?
know. I don't even know what her movies were about.
Like for 12-year-old standards, were they even good? Like what? But I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, but Vantage, however, I really liked it. I spent a lot of time on Vantage actually, and the only reason why I spent a lot of time on Vantage was because of the mini games. I loved the mini games on Vantage so much.
The best one was the fashion
And
show.
the fashion show was just the best game out of all of them. It was
Yeah,
my favorite. And I got to the point where I was like winning like almost every single time because I was just so good at it. And I had gotten e-coins on there, so I had some items that are considered members, but what I would do is I would just buy, I would make a lot of money and I would just buy all the non-member items, like every single one, because in the fashion show, like, the host would pick themes, and I don't even know how they calculated the points, but it's like you didn't even have to look good. You just had to like wear the most items with the most
Yeah.
like color or pattern or whatever. And at the very end, the last look, they would just like randomize a bunch of items together. And you just had to like put on whatever you had or that was like similar to what was up there. And so that's why I just bought all the items. So, I would never get like the membership items correct, but I got every single like non-membership item.
I was also struggling on what? To be honest, why was I struggling on every website? Wow. Um, I remember
You're
I
probably
got
gamer like I am.
dang, because like I also remember with the little e-coins, whatever you called them. I would like I love the fashion shows, but also like I barely had like items and stuff like that. So I would like just randomly throw on like these random looks and I would hope for the best. Did I win a lot? I don't remember. Um but here's a thought exercise for you. Now, on my regular account, with me, I would always be a regular black girl, correct? That would just be me. Now on my double life, right? I had another account. It was called Nathan Spark. And and I remember I bought like one of them ecoin hairstyles. It looked like Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 hairstyle.
Okay.
And I put it on him and I would just go around, and because of that it made me look like I had money. So everyone thought I was cool. I knew that my outfits were ugly in the fashion shows, but people would kind of gas me up a little bit. I'm like, "Dang, what's going on here?" So, but then, when I'm on my regular account, no one would gas me up and I was like, "What's going on?" Like, misogyny? Like like
I
but
mean, there was a lot of girls on our site. They were all probably like thirsty. Like,
yeah, I was like, dang, like nobody likes me when I'm me. Oh my,
I remember one time, so one of the cultures of Vantage was people would be in the town square and they would be like, party at my house, or they would be like, family tryouts at my
oh
house.
my gosh, yes.
Um and yeah, or they'll be like, best friend tryouts at my house. Stupid stuff like that.
Mm.
Like audition type stuff. And of course, like I fell for that type of stuff too, and I started doing it too. And I remember one time I don't even know what I was hosting at my house. It was like some tryout for something. And the way these would work, guys, I went to a lot of these things. So the way it would work is a bunch of people would go to your house after you're like done advertising. You'd go and you would find like at least a few people there, and these people would just ask random questions like, what's your favorite color? And and they would just award points basically to whoever said the same thing, had the same answer as them. And I remember it was really funny because people would be like, what's your favorite color? And a lot of people would be like, what's yours? Oh, that's mine too.
Oh my gosh, because I used to go to those too and stuff like that, but it was so stupid because I would be like, I remember being lined up and stuff like that. They're like, everyone stand in a line. I'm like,
Yeah, they'd be like, stand against the wall or like something stupid.
yeah.
Um, and and the thing is, so I don't remember what tryout I was doing. I was hosting actually, and so I rounded up all the people, and then I decided to go to in Vantage. You had like a little barn where your pets would be if you had any. And so I went there to make sure no one was there. And when I went in, so in the barn, there was like this bar type thing that showed like I think it was like experience points or something. But people would do this thing where they would wear like a strapless top and then they would wear like really short shorts. And if you stood behind it, it would make it look like you're naked.
Oh,
And yeah, and so I walked in and this girl, she was doing that, and there was this dude here, and then she was just like,
oh,
"Hey, look," to him right as I walked in the barn. And I'm looking and I'm like, and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And I was
wow.
yeah, and I was just so confused. I was like, "Well, the tryouts are starting, so."
This is why,
Yeah.
guys, you gotta stay safe online because, like, stuff like this. Why was this happening? Why was this
We
happening?
were all probably like 10 years old in that situation, unfortunately,
Yeah,
but it was also like, what is going on?
yeah, like, why did this happen? I would see stuff like that too. I'm like, child, get us off of here. Why wasn't no one checking my computer?
No, for real. I
Like,
think Vantage was low key like my favorite though, just because I liked how the avatars looked and I liked the little hoverboard stuff. That was
yeah,
fun.
I love the hoverboards. I thought they were cute. I also with my catfishing adventures, I do remember on Vantage specifically. In my alter ego, basically, I remember that almost every single time I would always go to the boyfriend tryouts when I played on my second character.
Bruh.
Yeah, and thought it was so funny because like I would just start making up.
That's crazy.
So then I remember I would have like a random girlfriend on every server. And I specifically remember that I had like one that I made like probably on whatever day before that where I was playing and I was talking with like this other girl or something like that and I was just over here just being one of my random lives or whatever that I made up in my head because it was like RPing to me.
RPing without consent. Like
Like, whoa, this is like role play. When I was a kid, there was like I remember I got a message from like this random girl, and she's like, "Hey, Pookie," or whatever it was that she said,
oh
and
my god, she
I
was about
was,
to catch you cheating.
and I was like, "Oh my gosh, wait!" And I was just like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" So it's somebody else, and she's like, "Hi, I wanted to go see you," and I'm like, "Whoa, okay, I'm kind of doing something right."
Cheating. That's what you're doing.
I remember kid me being all stressed out. I'm like, I'm gonna go offline, okay? I'll see you um another time. And then like I remember logging off. Like I don't know why I did that. Maybe I was just bored. Maybe well,
That's crazy.
yeah, it was.
I, on the other hand, had a really nice friend on Vantage. I remember I miss her because she would like we would actually role play with consent. On on Vantage. I forget her name. I think her name was like maybe Lauren or something like that with a bunch of numbers. I don't know. But she was cool. I think she had a membership because she had like a bunch of cool outfits. And I don't even remember how we became friends, but we would just like go around on like quote unquote adventures where we would just basically role play and like doing a different storyline every single time and it was
Oh,
really fun.
cute. So cute.
Yeah. And
Wow.
she must have been a little bit older than me or something. I don't know. I really liked her. Every time she was online, I would go.
Aw. On my regular account, I will be like a normal person, of course, and then I would just kind of like adventure with random people and then talk to whoever. I don't know if I role played on Fantage. So,
Yeah, you did by getting
Oh,
like 10
wait.
girlfriends.
Oh yeah, my bad. I was I was doing that where I would have like my separate account where I just pretended to be a random person. I'd really throw random stuff together. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I play the piano. I like to skateboard.
Oh my god.
Mind you, I never did any of those things.
All right. Well, before we get to some honorable mentions. So, I actually played a lot of different ones. Some of them I don't even remember the name of, but the sucky thing about it was like how I hated the virtual worlds where it was just like everything was like restricted by membership. It was like what is the point of this for me? Cuz it was like
Yes.
yeah, because it was like, I mean, socializing was a big part of it, but it was like if you couldn't do a lot of like the mini games or like the story stuff that they try to put in their little virtual worlds, it just sucked. Like Club Penguin was one of those. I feel like it was too restricted by membership.
Yeah.
Like you could play a lot of the mini games, and that was kind of it.
I didn't
Um,
want to play Club Penguin because I didn't want to be a penguin, but also my friends will be like, "You gotta pay for everything." I'm like, "Okay, now I really don't want to play." Like,
yeah, I would play for the mini games again. Like I just really like computer games when I was a kid, so that's what I was doing it for. but I didn't play it like too much. There was this other one. I have no idea what the name was, but it was like your avatar, you was like an animal. And it was like really cute, but
Webkins?
everything was stuck behind a paywall. Like everything just looked so cute in that game that I wanted to play it, but it was just like you had to pay, otherwise you wouldn't
Was it
do anything.
Webkins?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe not. Okay.
But yeah, I don't I just know, I feel like it had a space theme to it. Space furries, I don't know.
Base Fury? No.
I just know one of the default avatars was like this blue puppy and it was really cute and I had a tiara on, but I couldn't get anything else because everything was behind a paywall.
I don't really recognize that. I'm trying to think. I mean, there was a lot of virtual world games that I was playing that I don't remember what they were called. I just remember vaguely what game I was playing or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember one. I don't even think it was a virtual world necessarily. I think you could still have friends in it though, but it was like I was taking care of a puppy and I would buy a bunch of stuff for it. And I was also like, I think I was just taking care of my own house or something. I had like this white dog.
That was actually a game that was actually very big for me, where you would just take care of like a cat or puppy. It was like this type of 3D cat or puppy, and you would buy it clothes and then teach it tricks. But if you wanted to talk to players, you have to go to the forums and stuff like that. I lied about my age to play that, and I would go on the forums to talk to people, and I would act like I was older than I wasn't. I didn't have a double life there because I didn't have an avatar. I was just me. But
No
that
Nathan Sparks.
no, that was before Nathan Spark, you know. He was a different person. So, that was also like another game. It wasn't exactly a virtual world as well, but you would like create a baby and then take care of the baby. And over the more you logged in, it would start growing up. The website was called Baby Dough. I wish someone would revive that game. That was actually pretty fun to me.
Where'd the baby come from?
They would grow from like a cabbage, and you would actually have to buy
What?
yeah. So you had to buy cabbage seeds if you wanted another baby, and then you would have a garden and you would go ahead and plant the seeds and you would have to take care of the seeds until it grew, and then you would have a baby and then you would take care of the baby.
I can't believe babies come from cabbages.
Yeah. So I had a girl. I named it after a Kingdom Hearts character. And then I had a boy. I don't know what his name was.
Clear favoritism.
Basically, you would raise the baby until they went to preschool, and then you would send them to preschool. And then
And they die? You never see them again?
no, it was just like you didn't have to do that much with them anymore when they went to preschool.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, but like my kids never got that old. So I would just kind of like just play and stuff. And I that was when I was really deep into Naruto, so I didn't have a lot of Kingdom Hearts stuff on there. I actually had Naruto stuff on there. I remember on my page on Baby Dough, I had like Naruto and Sakura art all over it. Like actually, wait, I think my baby's name was Sakura. It wasn't Kingdom Hearts. It wasn't like a Kingdom Hearts character. It was Sakura, I think. Yeah,
Ew.
I still don't know what
What
my
was your,
son's
I was about to ask, then what's your son's name?
I still don't know what's my son.
Remember when you told me that when you were a kid, you felt bad for liking Gara because he
Yeah,
was bad? I'm sorry, that just reminded me of that.
yeah. When I was a kid, I felt like I was only supposed to like characters that were good people. So when Gara started showing up in the anime, I started feeling really, really bad because the thing is, I actually was attracted to Gara and I didn't understand that. And
Like, no, he's bad.
me as a kid, I was like, no, I can't feel like that. So I was like at a loss for words because I actually thought his voice was very attractive.
That's like in like your name fashion. It's like I can't have feelings for him. He's a bad guy. You should have wrote a fic based off of it.
Actually, I should have because like wow, like I felt like it was so wrong. Wow,
uh,
what a memory.
anyways, guys, so we saved a special virtual world in our hearts to us for last.
Yeah.
Man, there's this little site called Adventure Quest Worlds,
Yeah.
and it still exists, which is crazy to me.
They actually also have a 3D version that is getting steady updates right now as well.
Like the world of Arctic's entertainment, man. I
Yeah.
remember watching that man's wedding on YouTube. Anyway,
Wedding was like viral when I was a kid. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure. Like,
it
why
was
was
kind of
Iron
funny
Man
because the
there?
bride looked pissed.
Why was Iron Man there actually?
I think it was just funny because so this dude, like, so the dude who like kind of like made these sites, like he had a wedding and he had it like he's a nerd, like just point blank, he's a nerd. And so at his wedding, he made it an event on like his sites, and
Every game had a wedding event for him.
yeah, and so like his whole wedding was uploaded to, or his wedding was uploaded to YouTube, and they were like role playing. He was like in a full suit of armor, and they would basically have like bad guys come in and be like, I'm here to like take the bride away, and he would like fight them, and he would just
Yeah.
he was role playing his whole wedding.
Yeah,
And it
like
was funny because his wife was just cut, or his soon to be wife was kind of just standing there just like smiling nervously.
she's just like, "Okay, I'm just gonna hold this sword." Like I think I remember one of the bridesmaids even like just passed him like a sword or something. No.
Like it was crazy. Like he was just fighting these people. Like imagine just sitting there and he's just like fighting like 20 people before he like actually gets married.
Oh, for real, like, and it was just a whole bunch of random stuff like Iron Man, Batman, like, how did y'all get an invite? Like,
Anyways, I digress. So back in the day when me and Brittany at some point me and Brittany started just really logging on to Movie Star Planet to talk to each other because we were kind of outgrowing it.
yeah,
And Brittany was like, oh well, like there's this other game I play, Adventure Quest Worlds, like you should see if you like it and like come and we'll play together. And so I was like, cool. And I ended up really liking it. I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of like it's made for 12-year-olds, I'm gonna be honest. Like it's kind of like you just get a bunch of stuff, there's like a bunch of quests to do, and the combat system is kind of just like point and click type thing.
it's most of it is like pretty, to be honest, it kind of just play like regular MMOs, but it's kind of maybe like a little bit less. Like when you're playing like an MMORPG where you're kind of like moving around and doing all that stuff, imagine Adventure Quest Worlds. You don't have to focus on using your arrow pads to maneuver around. It's just like you just click and then it has like an auto battler type thing, and then you just hope that some attacks miss, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, like, you could do like specials, and then like there's different classes. So like you could like heal yourself with some classes. You
Or get
can,
like items to heal or something like that, just basic
yeah.
stuff like that.
But yeah, I ended up liking it. I thought it was pretty fun, and we would like, I would try to like stay up and like get some rare items and all that type of stuff
Oh yeah,
because I thought it was cool.
you got really
Uh,
into it like really fast because I
yeah,
I remember at first I was nervous to ask you to play it with me because I thought you wouldn't like it. So then I thought like, oh, maybe she won't like it, she won't play it with me because I really like this game. But then you hop onto it and the first day you were like on a pirate ship just mowing through enemies and you're like a lower level than me at that time. And I was like, oh, like, do you like the game? And you're like, I love fighting. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. And then and
and
then
then like, you logged on the next day, and I'm like level 40.
yeah, you're like way above me. And I'm like, oh my God, like what? So then you just surpassed me in the level because you were playing like crazy.
Well, that became an ongoing theme in a lot of stuff. Brittany would just introduce me to a game, and then like within a day, I would get better at it.
Yeah. Like you would like straight up level up a whole bunch more, get like a whole bunch of rare items, and I'm like, dang, how'd you do that? Like I'm just a much slower player in most games.
Yeah, but dude, dude, there's so much I could say about AQ. We met some crazy people on there, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I think was like the pinnacle of these are the traumatic things that kids will see
Yeah,
because
I know, like, a lot of the stories we talked about so far are just kind of, like, silly and harmless. Nah, we met some crazy people on Adventure Quest Worlds.
yeah,
People who play that game, I don't know what it is about them, but,
yeah,
like, they're crazy, or at least the people we were talking to.
know what was going on with those people or like whatever. And to be honest, we it got into this weird thing. We started getting close to people. Then they're like, let's add each other on Kick, and y'all know how Kick is. Whatever.
Yeah, and then that just made a gateway to so much other stuff. We would be Skyping and, like, using
Yeah,
Uvu with these people. Like,
I wasn't on
oh
Uvu
my
once.
god. Huh?
I wasn't on Uvu.
I was, and I regret it.
Dang,
Um,
I was scared of Uvu.
you should have been.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm not trying
um,
to see people.
yeah, like it was just I don't even know where to start, man. Like it was just a time. So like it started really innocent, just your regular
Yeah,
um MMO game. We're
yeah,
fighting stuff, we're getting items. It's just me and Brittany at this point.
dress up.
Yeah, like we're playing dress up, we're doing other stuff. We're kind of messing with some people, like like we would troll here and there.
Yeah.
Um, like it was fine. And then it all started when we met this guy named Alex. It
Oh
was
my
Brittany's
god.
fault because she
Sorry.
introduced Alex to me.
Cause when I originally met him, he was like, "Oh, you're a low level player. Let me help you show you the ropes." And I'm like, "Whoa, thank you." And then he would just show me.
Kind sir, like
I'm like, "Whoa, thank you so much." And he's like, "Here, you can come here, keep fighting this, and you'll get a rare item." And I would get like a cool sword. I'm like, "Whoa, that's so cool. Thanks." It was normal. Like
oh my god, he was not normal. Dude, like, I don't even care if somehow by some fate he listens to this. I hope he comments so I can cuss him out again. Because what were you on, dude?
oh
Like, what
my
is wrong
god.
with you?
But child, where do we even go from there? Like, oh,
Okay, so basically, I think Alex was like, what? Well, actually, no, we had a good friend first. I think we met Karu first.
yeah, he was a cool dude. Like,
Dude, I miss. There was this dude. His full user was like Karu something.
yeah,
I miss him every day, and he probably doesn't even remember us at all. We still
yeah.
talk about him.
We're just like, whoa, you remember that one random guy from Adventure Quest Worlds? He was really nice. Like, he would just play with us and he would have like these nice little conversations with us.
He
Sometimes
was
he
a
would,
sweetheart, and he was pretty funny.
yeah, we could tell that he was older than us at the time, but like he was very, very kind to us. And we're like, oh, like that's the type of people you want to meet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, those are the type of people you want to stay friends with. And somehow we became friends with like crazy people.
Like the Joker, we're out here friends with the Joker.
Oh my god, Alex really was like the Joker when you think about
Yeah,
it.
the Riddler. Who else? Like, what other evil person can we say? Like, I don't know. Um,
um, anyway,
Sukuna. Like,
Sukuna's crazy.
that's the type of people
Um,
we're meeting.
but like, yeah. So I think so. We had a couple other friends before, but Alex really got like we became a trio basically. Me, Brittany, and Alex. And we would just talk and hang out all the time. Like he liked to play the game a lot, so he would like show us like random quests or like cool stuff we could do.
Like, he knew the
Um,
ins and outs of the game. Like, if there was like a rare item or something like that, he would tell us exactly like how to get it or something like that. I think the only difference between us and him is that he was probably on the wiki while we were just logging in to play like normal people. Like,
yeah, basically. And you
yeah,
could tell like he played this game a lot. Like he definitely had like membership items and all that
yeah,
type of stuff. So like he played this game a lot. When I logged on, like I would play it a lot, but then like also I spent a lot of more of my time talking to people. He was logging on to play most of the time, unless we
yeah.
logged on.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and so I don't even know when the shift happened. But there was a shift
Yeah, that
where we got closer with him.
yeah,
And I guess we
mistake.
started talking about, I don't know, like maybe we started talking about life or something.
Yeah.
And like you have to remember, I'm like 12 at this point, and I'm lying and saying I'm 16.
And
I'm
then
pretty sure he was also 12. I'm pretty sure the way he acted, he was like 12.
how
But
old
I
was
think
I? I forgot.
well, if I was 12, you were like 14, 13,
Yeah.
maybe something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know, but he had to have been 12. I forget how old he said he was, but I think he might have been around my fake age what he said.
That's what I think too.
But yeah, so like I can't even tell you like the specifics of the stuff he would say. Otherwise, like it would be like we would get banned.
This
Um,
video about to get taken down if we go into
like I can't say specifics. And then one, we would get banned, but then two, there's some stuff I can't even remember. I just remember the way I felt
yeah.
like after he said the stuff that I was like, what is going on here? But he would just start like there was one time, like I don't even remember exactly what happened that night, Brittany. Maybe you remember, but he started like crashing out, and then he started like threatening things, like he was gonna do something to himself, and we
Yeah.
were both just sitting there like, what is going on?
Yeah, and it's like I feel like a lot of and also I realize from seeing like random videos on like TikTok or things, why does everyone have that moment of trying to talk down someone online? And
Yeah, like
yeah,
what?
um how I was like a baby and I was dealing with that type of stuff. What? Oh Lord. Like
Like I have this vivid memory because I would have to play this on like the family computer. So I would be
the
sitting out
family
at our computer
computer.
desk. Yeah. And so like I would be like sitting on like I had to like try to not make a lot of noise because it was like outside my parents' room too. And so I would be sitting in the hallway and I'm here stressed out of my mind, just sitting at the desk when he's like threatening to like do something, and I was just like, no, like don't do that. I don't even know why you're trying to do that, but don't.
I would just be stressed out and also like basically trying to team up with you and be like, please, like relax, please, please. And I'm like, oh my God, like, hello? I even remember crying one time and my mom went in my room and is like, why are you crying?
That's so no, because oh my gosh. And oh, he had this alternate account that he lied and would at first he said it was his sister, but then he said that he lied, it was his sister, and it was actually like some childhood friend or something. I don't know.
The story kept
But
changing.
yeah, basically, it was really funny though because after he said, "Oh, just kidding, that's not my sister. This is my friend or whatever," and he would log off his normal account, and then she would be like, "Oh my gosh, like Alex is like so hot in real life. Like he's so."
I
I
remember
would just be
that.
sitting there. No, I think it was specifically to me because he had a crush on me,
Yeah.
and so I think it was specifically to me because he would do some stuff to try to like make me jealous, but I was just like, dude, like
And then
I
you
don't,
would
I don't
go
even know what you look like.
and then you would go off swinging your sword in the game. Like,
Yeah, I would be like, this. We're gonna talk about this more, but this was an ongoing trend, you guys. A lot of guys on that game just really had a crush on my avatar. I don't know why. But I was just like, dude, like I'm a bunch of pixels. Like you don't even know what I look like. I, I know you think I'm 16 because I said I'm 16. I'm 12.
yeah. It was such like a weird thing too that kept happening. I don't know why in virtual world kids always just went off to e-dating and they'd be so strange about it. I'm like, I just want to play the game. Like I know a lot of us just fell into it, not me. I wanted to play the game.
Yeah, not me either. I'm like, dude, like I don't even know what you look like. I don't want to date you.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't really get how that works because like you don't know anything about me. And I just wanted to play because let's say hopefully most of the people who were initiating were other children. But it was
yeah.
like child,
But
I
it
don't
was
know.
also a weird thing for me because it was like, like I'm lying that I'm 16, and then you have these guys, they could be lying too, and they're like, I'm 16 too, I'm 17. And I'm like, I don't even know if you are. If you are, it's still weird because now, like, you don't even know that I'm 12. But then if you're lying, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, this is
Yeah,
weird.
I don't really know anything about you guys, and for me, I was honest about my age because I didn't think anyone would actually kill me if they just knew a number. But I just barely said any other information though, so I I don't know. It was just kind of random and weird with it. Um,
Yeah. But Alex, he had a crush on me, and I remember one time before he said it outright, I was talking about a crush in school, and
sorry.
do you remember this?
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just
And it was crazy because I was talking about him to Alex at I mentioned him in passing, and
yeah.
I was just like, yeah, like he's cute and blah 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 blah. And then all of a sudden Alex doesn't say anything. Alex logs out.
Yeah.
Alex alternate account, who at the time I thought was his sister, logs in, and she cusses me out, and she's like, don't ever talk about your crush in front of Alex again. And then she logs out, and I'm
Okay.
sitting there dumbfounded, like, what did I do?
What is that? Like, if anything, if that was actually your sibling, why are you going on here to say this mess and then log out too? Like, child, who cares? Like,
Yeah,
he'll be all
like I
right.
was just like, bro, I was just kind of sitting there, and I was like, I just remember just blankly staring at my computer for like 2 minutes, and I'm like, yo, what just happened?
Yeah, I just remember like hearing about like what happened. I'm just like I'm like, who cares? He'll be all right. Like oh god.
Yeah, and it was just like some other. Eventually, he did tell me that he had a crush on me, and I was scared to tell him that I didn't reciprocate because I thought he was gonna be like, "I'm gonna kill myself."
Oh,
And I don't actually remember how he reacted when I was like, I don't want to."
uh
Yeah, I don't remember.
he was just kind of like, okay, I'll try, but he was still crashing out like, oh, whatever. I'm
Yeah, I
so
did think
upset.
at some point he was crashing out about it. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like he did.
Yeah. So it was always like a drama and things like that with that.
Yeah,
For me,
so much drama with that dude. Oh my god.
I did not have people confessing to me every 15 seconds on Adventure Quest Worlds, which was funny because people would actually confuse us for each other. But
Well, there was a trend with some of our friends where they would like, after I rejected them, they would go up to you
yeah, they
as like the
would.
rebound, and you were like, "What the heck?"
I'm like, who are you? Like, I'm like, if like Ariana doesn't want you, I would want you even less. Like, if I would want you even less.
Like, it was just like really weird.
Yeah. So I was like, help, I just wanted to play the game. And then people are over here being like, I'm in love with you. I'm like, child, you only see me after I go to school and I'm over here with my juice box playing my game. Like, oh my god. And then wait, you remember some of like the other random that old behind dude that was our friend on there. What was his name?
His name was Al, but we called him Wolfie.
Yeah, yes, Al. So this dude for real, he was grown. He was a grown behind man. I'm that was
No, that man probably got like 5 kids and is retired now. Like, that man was
yeah.
old.
Yeah, because like he was actually like while we were like little kids, he was probably almost done with high school and he was just playing that game and things like that because he was always like real chill or something like that. He would just show us how to do stuff in the game and then he would just kind of be very cordial with us, but he would just be
Oh
say
my god, I
stupid
miss
stuff.
Al.
Yeah, like bruh, he's probably a grown behind man. Like
Yeah.
I think he got 8 kids. He probably married.
Yeah, every time Al was online, we would there was a feature that you could just like go to your friend unless they had it turned off. And so we would just immediately go to him and harass him, and he never minded. He was
Yeah.
in fact, he was pretty happy to see us most of the time, I would think.
Yeah, like I genuinely feel like he just knew that we were just some random younger teens that were just messing around, and he was just real chill with us. Honestly, that's the type of people you should meet in these.
Yeah, he was not freaking Alex, who like threatens himself like 24/7, and then
Yeah,
like curses you out for no reason.
And
We
then
had a Skype breakup, actually. Do you remember that? That was a
yeah.
time.
So like yeah, when we were just like we're gonna cut this guy off for good. And by that time we already shared other like socials and stuff like Kick or Skype with like numerous people on Adventure Quest World. We shouldn't have done that, of course, but that's what we did.
But we did.
And I remember me and Ariana were talking with each other and we're just sitting here like, it ends today. We have to cut him off.
We will take this abuse no more.
And we go on Skype with him, and then we're just like, Alex, this ends now. You're very awful to us. You say terrible things, and we just don't want to deal with it anymore. First, he only talked to you. I remember this. You were cutting things off. And I specifically remember this where after you were cutting him off, he's like, can you at least give my Skype to Brittany? Because I feel like she's the only person who cares about me in this world.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. I almost forgot about that.
You were just like, no. And then you just
No,
blocked.
because it was crazy because so it was at a time where I was like, he was just getting more and more like toxic. I don't know what he had going on. He clearly had issues. But he would just like make me feel like crap all the time. And so I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this. And so I had told him, I was like, I can't do this. Like, this is too much. And he was like, wow, you're gonna throw away years of friendship. And I was like, bruh, you threw it away. Like you're acting crazy.
When you think about it too, it's like, why was this so common, man? Like, everyone got this story. I don't know why. Like, like
Yeah. Of like having to talk someone down or just like they're just like using you as like their therapist or like their personal punching bag is just
yeah,
weird.
like that toxic internet friend or something like that, especially when you're very, very young. And that's why mental health is important, guys. Always look out for them little kids, like,
No, for real. Cause
yeah.
it, dude, like I met so many messed up people. So with Al, we had a little friend group and there was like other people in it. And there were some people who would come and go, but there was like a few of the main ones too. Madar, if somehow you're listening to this and you recognize us, dude, I miss you, bro. I
Oh
miss you so
yeah,
much, Madar.
Madara. It's like he was like a big Naruto fan. His name was like Madara something. I don't know. He was cool. He really
Yeah,
was.
he was funny. Like he was
Yeah.
so funny.
And also, I
Um,
will be honest though, like a lot of like the people that were cool. It was cool when we played a like virtual world and we knew that other people that we were playing with were also black and like Wolfie and
mhm.
Madara and stuff like that. They were all like black kids.
Yeah, that was like, dude, that was like our little group for like that was our last group before like we like stopped playing for a while.
Hmm.
Um, and we had all exchanged like kick at some point and we had like a group chat going.
Yeah.
But there was like, dude, there was like drama too. There was some drama that like I didn't even like understand at the time. Like there was like drama between Al and Sheer, and I never knew what was happening
Yeah,
with that.
we'll never know, honestly.
Yeah, I'll never know either because I really don't remember what happened between them, but it was just like really weird and no one was saying anything.
Yeah,
Um,
I know those two were
yeah.
like older than the rest of us, kind of, but like, I don't know. I don't know anything else. I do
I
know,
almost want to say it was like a dating thing.
yeah, I kind of want to say that too, maybe. I know there was this one player named Cher. She was cool. She was like a furry, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was like a furry and stuff like that. We actually followed each other on Tumblr for like years. She would always like post like Dan and Phil stuff all the time. She's probably very happy for the recent announcement with with two of them's relationship. But like, wherever she is,
She's
but
probably jumping for joy.
yeah, but we used to follow each other on like Tumblr for years and things like that. And also, you know what? Adventure Quest World was like my first introduction to furries too, because we knew quite a few on there actually.
Yeah, Joe. Do you remember Joe, the Guyanese guy?
Yeah, he was his name
Yeah,
was like
that was my Guyanese brother. Like,
yeah. He also lived in Florida and stuff like that. And there was this area that I actually recognized. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go over there to the 7-Eleven and I'm gonna look around and see if it's you or something like that. Like and little things like that. It was like, okay, those are kind of like fond memories or something like that, where I just kind of learned about random internet stuff from random people too.
yeah, they were pretty cool to be honest.
Hmm.
I uvu'd with them a lot, Cheer and Joel. Although there was some drama I was involved in
Oh,
with mostly cheer.
yeah. I know
Um
I know there was a lot with that. I don't remember most
it,
of it.
so okay, so basically what happened, you guys, is that Cheer got a boyfriend. I think they met on Quest Worlds probably, and then they invited them to the group chat on Kick. His name was David,
Oh, yeah,
and
I remember him.
oh my God, I don't even know how much I want to unpack there. But again, with talking people down, guys,
Yeah.
except I didn't even have to talk him down because he lied. So,
Yeah.
um,
He was chilling.
anyways, so there was this guy named David. By the way, for context too, he said that Cher was like 17, 18 at the time, maybe. He lied and said that it was such an obvious catfish though. Like it was just like, come on. But yeah, he was actually my age. And so anyways, they were dating, and
Quote
at
unquote
some
dating.
point we huh?
Quote unquote dating because it's just Adventure
Yeah,
Quest Worlds.
literally quote unquote dating. But no, we were in Uvu calls together,
Oh. Oh, yeah, I wasn't there.
but
Okay.
he didn't turn his camera on or anything. I didn't turn my camera on in front of him either. I video chatted with Cheer and Joel because I trusted them, but not with him because I was like, I don't know who this is. And he would be on these calls, and so we would all talk to each other and whatever. And then I remember there was this one time I was I was getting sleepy and my voice was like a little more high pitched or something because I was falling asleep, and it was Cheer, it was David, and it was me. And I didn't really get the hint that like maybe I should have left because they were like, they're a couple, like why was I third wheeling? But at some point, like all of a sudden David was just like, "Oh my gosh, like you sound really cute cuz you're sleepy."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh." And I felt really awkward because
Let
I'm
me
like,
leave.
why are you saying that to me in front of your girlfriend?"
Uh,
And I know Cheer was like really not having it. And then Cheer DM'd me and was just like, "Stop talking." And I
oh.
was like, "Oh, awkward." I didn't see the DM right away though, so I was talking,
Well,
and then I was like, and so it just felt really awkward. And then at some point, it was just me and David because Cheer like got mad or something and left.
oh.
And then we fell asleep on the call, and it was like weird. And the thing is like I wasn't really. I don't remember if he was trying to flirt with me, but I like at the time, just yet. But I definitely wasn't trying to flirt with him. Like I didn't know. Like I was like, I don't really know you like that. But then eventually it got out he was catfishing or whatever. And they broke up, obviously. But then I was talking with David. I was talking with him for a little bit after that. And he ended up getting a crush on me. And oh my God, that was probably like one of the most traumatizing experience of my life, you guys.
Yeah.
Like he like faked that he was gonna do something, and then he just stopped answering, and I was like, and my mom actually walked into my room when I was crying that time,
To be honest, wasn't I also crying for this too?
probably because you were
Yeah.
also trying to get a hold of him.
Yeah. Like, that was a very traumatic thing. I feel like I also talked to my mom here. Wait, because I don't know.
Yeah, like
My mom worked nights, so she will be awake. So like
yeah, like it was crazy, you guys. Like, and I have so many other stories too, not even from virtual worlds, but I was in like chat rooms and stuff online too. So there was even worse stuff happening too, because a lot of these stuff, surprisingly, on the virtual worlds, like I was talking to people around my age, and the older ones I was talking to, they weren't trying to like mess with me like that.
here's this thing, like, to be when you think about it, yeah, most of the time we would talk to, like, normal, like, older teens, and then it was most of the time kids who are the same age as us out here traumatizing us when you think about it.
Yeah, on the virtual worlds. But then when I went to like chat rooms and stuff like that, that's where like the grooming started trying to hold. I was never like there was a lot of attempts, I would say, and like but like I was never pressured into like doing anything. Thankfully, like I think I had like just enough internet safety where it was like I shouldn't have been talking to these people necessarily, but also I'm not but yeah, I had enough internet safety to where it was like I mean, on one hand, I shouldn't have been talking to these people at all, but on the other hand, it was like I wasn't pressured to like send them anything. Like I didn't send them anything. I didn't tell them much about me other than like my name, and like they might have like seen a selfie of me, and that was probably it.
It was like that one role-playing website where it was, like, for fandom stuff. It, like, traumatized, like, a whole bunch of kids. It actually got shut down, like, I think a year or 2 ago. What was it called? You were on it.
Geeking?
Yeah, I think it was Geeking. No,
No,
or
you
is
might
it
be
Animo?
talking about Amino.
Yeah, Amino. That's the one that got shut down, like, a few
So I
years.
actually didn't go on Amino. I went on this like little weird. It was kind of I guess it was a little smaller app. It was called Geeking. That got shut down like years ago. Actually, I met so many cool people. But I actually met Naya on that app, so it wasn't all bad.
Yeah, that's also one of your other longtime, friends, since viewers are not gonna know that name at all.
Yeah, she took care of me. She's like way older than me. But it's one of those things where it's like, I feel this way too, but it's like when you're on the internet, and I mean like I feel like there's not a lot of these type of spaces anymore unless like you're joining random servers on Discord.
Wow, Discord is still that's so rare. I still would not recommend it. Like, that is so
Yeah,
rare.
like don't do that. I try to look at like these other servers just for fun. That is a place of chaos with no law.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
I can't do it. But if you
yeah.
ever do find yourself in these spaces as an older person, I mean, at least me personally, because I was on the internet very young, you get maternal a little bit, and I think that's what
Yeah.
happened to me with some of my longtime friends like Dan and Naya, where it was like they looked at me and they're like, "What the heck is this 12-year-old doing on here?" Like she shouldn't
Yeah.
be on here, but like I know she's not gonna not be on here just because I told her to. And so instead they kind of just like took care of me type vibe.
Like, I feel like, even as we got older with us being, like, we're pretty terminally online kids, so, like, when we got, like, a bit older and we start seeing kids show up in, like, these internet spaces they probably should not be in, I pre we started turning into parents, basically.
Yeah, we were like, kid, like relax.
Yeah, don't, if anything, try to get off of here, or like if you really are gonna stay, don't do this, don't do that. If people say certain stuff, listen to them, don't do that. Like, if
Mhm.
you feel uncomfortable, just, back away type of thing. Like, we ended up doing something because obviously from everything that you guys are hearing, we went through messed up stuff online. Like, hell.
Yeah, like I learned a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have learned at such a young age.
Mhm.
I got sent pictures when I'm like 14,
Yeah, like,
like crazy type of stuff where it's like, and when you go online and like TikTok and stuff like that, there's a lot of other people that have this experience, and that's a bad thing.
yeah, like, it
That's
shouldn't
bad.
be so many of us. And there was actually like such like there was a very interesting like video that I watched recently about like internet safety and such like that. It's by, I forgot the YouTube channel name. But it touched upon like so much stuff like we're talking about right now. And it even talked about a whole bunch of major like virtual worlds and such like that, and about like, hey, in today's internet, this is how you can keep kids safe now. And then it was mainly like this woman, she was talking a lot about the stuff that she had going on and things like that, and how, yeah, I had fun on these when I was having fun, but like these people are weird and bad things happen and things like that. Yeah, I have
Because
to.
yeah, like I was having lots of fun on these websites. I had so much fun on AQW. Like I couldn't wait till I got home from school and I was gonna log on and talk to my friends, or like there was this one place. It was called like yoga or something. It was like where
Yeah,
women
it was.
would hang out to talk, and I would just like go in there a bunch just to talk to random people.
Yeah, because Yogurt, that was like the place to visit. Because, like, just in case for anyone who hasn't played like Ardix Entertainment games, there's like a reoccurring character in like almost all of them named Yogurt. He owns like a inn in like this very important place in artist entertainment lore called Battle On. And, that was like the hot spot in Adventure Quest worlds where players would just go AFK in there, just talk or whatever like that. And Ariana would just kind of like hop different little servers and stuff like that just to talk to people. And she kind of became like the little famous person in there. And that's like different.
I was a little infamous along with other people who like also just like spent a lot of their time in there. Like
Mm,
during my time, like we would go and people would be like, "Oh my god, hey," and I'd be like, "Hey."
yeah, like you would just hop between them like so often where you became like a very like normal face to see in there. I thought that was funny.
But yeah, like we had a lot of fun, but there was also just like so much stuff that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah. Should we talk about that other dude?
Him. Should we talk
Yeah.
about him?
You know what? Why not? I have to talk about my side as well, but we should start from the beginning with you.
Oh god, there was this one guy. I don't. How did we even befriend him?
It's the same as
Wa
normal. It was just a player who knew more than us, and then we just kind of got hopped in with it, I guess.
Yeah, so there was this one dude on there, and he ended up becoming our friend. This might have been around during or after the Alex era. I don't
Yeah,
know,
it was
because he
after
kind of
the fall of Alex. We found a new random mysterious boy to be friends with. Like,
yeah, because he became kind of part of the trio too, and so we started talking a lot. We would spend like a lot of late nights talking to each other, just like about life, just playing around, fooling around, doing whatever. And I mean, more often than not, like I would spend a lot more time on the game than Brittany did because I don't know, my parents didn't care about my bedtime or something, and
my mom was serious. Like,
and so, eventually I got closer with him, and he eventually was like, I have feelings for you. And I was just like, here we go again.
thought I was
Yeah,
free.
no. I was like, no, I'm not interested. Like, I just rather stay friends. And he was actually not like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself. He was actually like, oh, like, okay, like I understand. But at some point, bro, like he was like, I understand, but then he got weird. He got like really weird around me. And he would just like, I don't know, like he would like say some random stuff. He eventually was like, at some point, he was like, oh, you know what? I don't even think I have feelings for you. I think I'm in love with you.
Oh, okay.
And I
Wow.
was like, yeah, and I was like, yo, what? And he like confessed his love to me, and I was just like, dude, no. Um,
Like you have like your
and
juice box in your hand. Like,
yeah, I'm like sitting on my Capri Sun, and he's like confessing his love, and I was just like, no, 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 no. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't feel the same way. Please don't be mad. Like, no. And he was just constantly like, please, like, come on, like, let's give it a try. And I was just like, no. Um,
uh,
eventually, eventually, like, we moved to Kit. He gave me his kit, like, when we were all exchanging stuff. And at some point, I should have started ignoring him because he was just creeping me out too much.
yeah.
And so I was like, my kick don't work, and I would just block
Yeah,
him.
you would just talk to me instead. But then for me, I don't know why I kept talking to him for a little while. Maybe I felt bad and I didn't know how to cut him off completely. I don't know, whatever was the reason or whatever. So naturally, he started getting closer to me, and I guess because people just thought of me as like the reverse card of Ariana. It's like he was like, I like you, and I'm like, that's really nice. So we would talk on like Kick and stuff, but eventually, I didn't like Kick no more, and also they had some people I was running away from where I definitely didn't want to talk to them and being weird on Kick because I had like a very scary time on Kick with some people, so I was running away from there. But we ended up being friends on Steam and also Discord. That was like my beginnings with Discord. And geez. I remember like he would send me so much stuff on Steam. Like he I don't even know how much money he spent on me on Steam, but it was like
Brittany should have got that bag. Like,
yeah, like I would just have games random times. Like he would just send me stuff. And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And I would accept. "Thank you." I would accept. Like what he got me like Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, Fallout. He got
that's crazy.
like what else? Like he was just sending me stuff. And I was like, thanks, the DLCs and like but then we started like having more conversations and then I realized something, right? You guys have to remember a very important thing from very early on in this. You remember how we said how our avatars in almost every virtual world were white, correct?
Hmm.
Yes. So here's the thing, guys. Child me realized something. He was racist. And And you have to remember, despite my characters in games always being white, I was in fact not. I'm Haitian, guys.
But I felt like he knew after Kick. Didn't we send pictures?
Yes, like he knew at this point, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm cool with you." But a child, that wasn't actual for real. So then we would have conversations, and he would say stuff, and I'm like, "Huh?" I remember I was talking about being Haitian and how proud I am to be Haitian. He's like, "Whoa, that's like you're so exotic," and I'm like, "What?"
Do you remember? Do you wait? That just unlocked a memory for me. Do you remember the cracker thing?
Whoa, yes. Wait, no, wait.
You
Say,
did
ex-
so. Okay, so there was this one time. This is when I was still in the mix, guys, and he was telling us he was just like, "Yo, I'm uncomfortable because at school there's this dude. He keeps saying cracker, even though, and that's a slur."
we were just like scratching our head a little bit because we are like, okay, all right, um,
And he just kept bringing it up, and he was just like, "Yeah, it's this black dude." He was like, he kept saying he would say cracker, and he would call people cracker, but like that's a slur. How would he feel if I said something? We were like,
what would you say? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, but yeah, like like even as a teenager, I feel like I wasn't as like woke as I am now, as you would say, but I still
the
understood.
woke was not there.
Yeah, not entirely, but like I still started getting uncomfortable by certain things that he would say to me. And it got to a point where I was like, bro, like you keep saying stuff and I don't like that. And he's like, what? Like we're friends. Like it don't matter. Like I don't think about you that way. He's like, just don't tell me about whatever. I'm like, bro, what? So then I didn't talk to him for like over a year. But the thing is, he also had my Snapchat. I don't know why we gave people everything. So he would like look at my snaps like all the time throughout high school. And it took a few years. And then I think I graduated high school. And he saw it. Or no, it wasn't. I didn't. I think it was like one of my birthdays, or he graduated high school. I don't know. And he messaged me on Snapchat like, "Hey, can we be friends again?" And I was like, "Do you still think about X, Y, and Z?" And he's like, yeah. And I said, "No." He just like, okay. And then he just finally gave up on me.
What was it also specifically too? You were like, "Who do you vote for?" And he was just like, "Well,"
Yeah, it was something like that. And I was like,
because I
"Cha."
remember that conversation, and you were like, you were roasting him. You were like, "Yo, like what?" And he was
Yeah.
just like, "I don't understand why we can't be friends over this." And you were like,
Yeah, I was like a child. I was like a teenager or something like that. He's saying this mess to me, and to me, I was like, I'm like, stuff are changing around me, and I don't feel comfortable. And you're saying stuff like this to me, and he's like, well, I don't see how we can't be friends. We were enjoying life before things were good. I'm like, but you just said. He's like, what happened before? We were enjoying life before. I gave you all them Steam games and all that. I'm like, child, I don't even know. I'm like, well, sucks that you spent your money on me, but like
"That's
what? But the internet's a crazy place.
the internet kind of sucks."
Yeah.
A little bit,
Like,
like.
going through all these memories, that's like that sucks, man. Like, if anything, I pray for this current generation. Like, I when my niece started getting older and things like that, like currently my niece is 16. So she's kind of like outside of that area of like very traumatic internet stuff. Well, slightly. I mean, it could still happen, but like I feel like
It happened to me, bro. Like I was still
yeah,
getting stuff. I feel like.
yeah, but like she's not as like she's not as online as I was when I was her age. So I'm actually so happy, but I used to like be so scared cuz like she was a Roblox kid when she was very very young and she was giving out her phone number to other kids and I was like,
Oh my
"Hello?"
god.
I'm like, "What if you give the number and a grown behind man answers the phone? Like what are we talking about?" Like so I was so scared. So I would like keep drilling in her about not to do specific stuff because the thing is, if y'all made it this far, y'all heard the mess I was going through. Like you hear the mess that we were going.
No,
So
yeah, like I'm at the point too, like with my nephew too. I'm telling him because sometimes he will be in those spaces. Like he be on Discord, and I'm just like, you need to like be
yeah,
careful and
yeah,
know who you're talking to because I'm like, because I was like, I know you're gonna keep doing it because I kept doing it too, but you need to know like who to give your energy to, I guess.
yeah,
And when to know when someone is just like not a good person to be around. Because honestly, a lot of these people, like, come on, like they're mentally ill, bro. Like I'm gonna just say that as like a once mentally ill person, like they're mentally ill and they're searching for like they're searching for something. They're trying to feel good about themselves, or they're searching for companionship, or they're searching for whatever to make themselves feel better. And in times like that, like you have people like Alex who will like tear you down to make themselves feel good, or like they want you to feel miserable with them, and like you just can't surround your people like you can't surround yourself with people like that.
yeah. And when you think about it, like when you're a kid and things like that, like a lot of times we were around other kids and teens who are also very lonely, very unsupervised. And most of the time for the very toxic things, these are things that they learned from other people online. You know, this is not stuff you just pick up because this mess is not normal. I don't say this mess out loud, but like these are things that people were picking out from other lonely kids who did not really know how to socialize or things like that and they were online for like that companionship as you said like that validation and things like that, you know. So it was a lot and things like that. So that's why I always say like now as I really think back to those times or if I'm talking to like the kids in my family, it's like you really got to keep an eye on them. Like you especially now where I feel like internet safety and how to really navigate the internet, it's not as enforced as when we were kids anymore.
Like I was scared to even say my age when I
Mm,
was a kid
mhm.
because that's how deep it was, and people, and the very interesting thing about it too is like I feel like it was always like the way internet safety is taught, like it's not always the 40-year-old man, bro. Sometimes it's like the 22-year-old man who's like suddenly sending you pictures.
Yeah, like, and on top of
And
that,
you as a teen girl, like sometimes you think that shit is cool and it's not.
yeah, it's
Like,
really not because like, why is a 20-year-old talking to you and you're like 14? Like, no.
yeah.
Yeah, like,
So it's like, because it's like, yeah, no one wants to talk to a 50-year-old man. Sorry, 50-year-old people who are listening to this.
yeah, I'm
Um,
not. Like,
but well, I mean, like the good 50-year-old people.
oh
I
yeah.
mean, like like my coworkers are in their 50s. I like talking to them.
Well, if you
Um,
talking to them in person, that's different. That's like, you know, I go to my job and it's like, hey, where's my buddy Alex? And Alex is like 47 or something like that. You know, like,
But I'm talking on the internet, bro. Like you need to go somewhere else. Like that's weird. That
yeah,
is weird.
you
Why are
like
you
you
50
shouldn't
years
be in
old
those spaces
playing
at all. Yeah,
Roblox?
like you shouldn't be in those spaces. Like there's no type of like whatever. Like don't be talking to kids. Like
Yeah,
don't be talking to
yeah. Like
kids.
moral of the story, don't be tied to kids. And a really interesting thing too about this is like these some of these spaces like end up becoming really like problematic and like toxic too. But also, it's not just like these virtual worlds, bro. That extends to like Twitter and like social media too. Because
Because lots of young people are
I be seeing how some of y'all move in these fandoms. Y'all are weird.
yeah,
And
like
y'all would never say that stuff in real life. Like, go touch
yeah.
grass.
Yeah. Or like there I know there's like this big sentiment where some people be like, "Oh my gosh, like kids ruin fandom. They're so sanitized." And I'm like, "Child, you have to remember this fandom is for a show for 14-year-olds. Why are you guys getting upset because you're running into 14-year-olds?" Like
No, for real. Oh my god. Why are you mad that a 12-year-old is watching Miraculous Ladybug, bro?
and then like of course a 12-year-old is sitting here talking about how they're uncomfortable that someone is doing like whatever with the characters from like Miraculous or something like that, and then you're mad at the child saying like, oh, they're so sanitized. And this show is for children. You're not the target audience. If like if you like what is going on, you're not the target audience. You can like it, but like you shouldn't be upset that you are running into children.
Like,
Like
you know, we need a whole other episode to talk about Twitter, like just Twitter, because
yeah.
people are crazy.
At this point, that's gonna be because like also another thing too, because we've reached episode 9, we are going to have like these things called wild card episodes. And basically they're kind of like a way for us to go completely off script and start talking about things outside of games, just because we are totally not running out of stuff to talk about, but like we just want to talk about stuff.
We have a lot of interest, you guys. Like, we're not just gamers who yap.
Yeah.
We're writers who yap. We're nerds who yap.
Yeah. So every once in a
um,
while, we'll talk about something completely just out there type of thing. But this will stay, the main nerdy stuff will be games. It's just that. Even this one, you can kind of say it's slightly out there of
yeah,
games where,
it's a warm up to what's to come next
yeah,
episode.
for sure. But yeah, like by the way, I actually did look up something. And when I said that there was like a website about internet safety, there's this creator called Lee Speaks. She's really awesome. I love all her videos. There is a video called The Slow Death of Online Safety. Suggest everyone watch it. It's really interesting. And also you should show it to like parents, to kids. It's pretty good to be honest, you know, really
We'll link it
educational.
in the description.
Yeah, I'm gonna link it in the description for sure. Like it's a really, really good thing. But man,
Be safe, guys.
yeah, like
And if someone on the internet tells you that they're gonna kill themselves, they're probably not.
yeah,
They might not. Don't
yeah.
sue me.
I would say, remove yourself from the situation. It might feel a bit wrong if you're like a child hearing this, but you also very much have to protect yourself and your own mental health from some things like that. Like at the end of
You
the
are not
day,
responsible for anyone else's actions. So
yes, like you have to take care of yourself as well. And you have a lot of things going on. You have a life outside of like the internet, and you have to remember that. You have to think of it like as you are growing up, if you are a child who is listening to us, you have to help yourself. You are growing up and you are learning skills to basically adapt and to grow into this world. And there's a lot of things that will happen online, and it's going to feel very much like these are the biggest things in your life. But trust me, they are not.
yeah, also a word of advice. You know, the internet is fun and the internet connects people together, but also you need to talk to people in person. Straight up. Like,
Make
you can't
friends.
just be on the internet all the time. Part of it was for, I'm sure, for you too, Brittany, is that, you know, sometimes you could be shy. Sometimes it's hard to talk to people in real life and make friends.
Hmm.
And so you kind of want to you want to seek some friendships and stuff online. And internet friends are a lot, some like they're real. Like, me and Brittany have been friends for like over 10 years now, and we started out on the internet. But you got to talk to people in real life too.
Yeah, like go out and then try to see things. It can be scary, but it's good, honestly. Just to make more friends, even like as an adult and things like that. When you get out of school and things like that, out of college, it's harder to meet new people. So then I'm over here trying to be friends with like people at my job and stuff like that. We out here hanging out. We went to shops together and we were like looking at antiques and all that, and it was a lot of fun. We went went to a record store and things like that. We got like donuts and coffee and things like that. That was cool. Like it you have to get out your comfort zone and then try to find ways. It's going to be super awkward, especially if you're not used to it or if you're an introvert. But it helps. It really does.
Well,
Yeah. Well, I don't even know how many kids are actually going to watch this. What if we only get like a whole bunch of grown people? We're just preaching to the
yeah, I don't know what our statistics look like out of like the two listeners that we have. But
yeah.
if you're a kid, I hope that was really inspirational, and if you're an adult, I hope you agree with us.
Yeah, like maybe if you're an adult, tell us if like this
Tell us
sounded
your
so
trauma from the internet.
yeah, let's just fill the comment section with like traumatic story. Not like but like if this sounds similar to you, let us know. And I mean, shout out to that guy or actually I don't know your pronouns, my bad. But shout out to that person that commented on our previous video. I don't know who you are, and that's actually a good thing. So
Yeah, we assumed everyone we knew was listening. So shout out to that one person, and I hope you listen to this, and I hope you listen to some of our other ones.
if you listen to this one, let us know. Like just leave a comment and be like, "Yeah, it's me." Like I don't like but thanks again, guys. Catch us. Our next episode is going to be a wild card episode, so we're just going to talk about something that
Some,
I don't even think we decided yet at this point.
no, we're gonna decide after this.
Yeah. So, but once again, thanks, guys. See ya.
Bye.